Periscope. Let's go live. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. We are on our normally scheduled broadcast that I do every Monday and Wednesday. I come to you guys with a salon biz training, giving you guys tips and things that will help you to grow your salon industry career. I hope you're doing simply amazing. You guys see in the title, I put, how to know if fear is running your salon business or career. How to know if fear is running your salon business or career. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do something really quick. I have one more device to sign on really quickly. And we are going to get rocking and rolling. Hey, where are you guys logging in from on today? Put that in the comments. Put that in the comments. I'm going to do a quick introduction for those of you who have never been on a live broadcast with me before. I'm Tanya Wilson-Cherry, beauty business consultant. Hey, Brittany, darling, and certified life coach. I help hairstylists and salon owners just like yourself get to their next level. I help them overcome North Carolina. Awesome. NC in the house, children. NC in the house. There's some great stylists in North Carolina, guys. Have someone repping North Carolina already on the broadcast this morning. But I help hairstylists and salon owners just like yourself get new customers, maintain the ones they have, and profit for real in their business. And that part is so important because, if your business is not profiting, it won't last, right? And so we want to make sure that we're running profitable businesses. And one of the things that I do a lot with my clients is help them overcome limiting beliefs that keep them from doing just that, profiting in their business. And so we're going to kind of talk about whether or not you may be running your business off of fear, or fear may actually be what's running your business. And I'm just going to speak from a personal perspective. Whenever there was lack or business was slow, that is when, when I look back on those times, that was when fear was actually running my business and not me. I have about 10 things that I'm going to share with you guys, and you're going to be able to say, hey, is fear running my business, or am I running my business? Is fear running my business, or am I running my business? I talk a lot about standing up to our highest good. Hey, Keith, how are you? Thank you for joining this morning. And really operating at our highest place in our life and our business, because it's actually when we get the best results. And when we're not doing that, oftentimes it's because of fear. So one thing, right? One thing that will let you know if fear is who's really running the ship in your business is if you're cutting deals with your customers a lot. If you find yourself cutting deals with your customers a lot, there is a great chance that fear is running your business. Because when you are, lowballing, or you're willing to haggle your prices and your services, it's probably because you're afraid. You guys get that? It's probably because you are afraid. So for instance, hey Peaches, darling, how are you? If you find that you have a service and you know what you normally charge for the service, and maybe your conversation with a new client starts off with what you normally charge, and before they ever even give you a yes, I'll come and get an appointment, you'll say like, well, I normally charge, y'all tap the screen. Well, I normally charge so and so and so, but today, right? But I'll do it for you for whatever that lower cost price is. So oftentimes if you find yourself like just cutting deals all the time, and I don't mean deals that you strategically planned in your marketing strategy. I'm not talking about those. I'm not talking about if you have a promotional product that you're doing and it's already in your marketing strategy that for a certain amount of time, this product is going to be offered at this price, and then, it will go up. I'm not talking about that, right? And you still got to be careful in that respect, because, if your product is normally $1,000 product and then you're selling it for $100, there's still probably some fear that's, showing up and really operating your business. The next thing, if some of your best people are starting to leave you, this one is heavy. if some of your best people, be it your renters, if you're a salon owner, or clients as a stylist based relationship, if some of your best people are starting to leave you, there is a likelihood that fear is running your business. And so what does that look like? Say, for instance, your business hits a slight slump, right? And you begin doing what we mentioned before. You begin lowballing your prices. You're afraid to market. I heard this statement that changed the way I thought about marketing years and years ago when I first opened my salon. I was sitting down with someone who wanted to offer me an opportunity to market with their company. And what they said made so much sense, and it's never, ever, ever left me, right? It's never left me. What they said was, one of the biggest mistakes that most businesses, hey Charnay, how are you, dear? One of the biggest mistakes that most businesses make when times are slow, Natasha, hey girl, hey, is they stop marketing. They cut their marketing budget. It's like one of the first places in their business that they cut. And it's a grave mistake, because if you're lacking people, right, then that means your business needs to be in front of more people. Your marketing efforts need to be greater. You need to understand marketing on another level. And so that's one, prime example of when a person is operating their business off of fear, right? So we said the first one was if you're cutting deals with your customers. If you find that you're always cutting deals with your customers, well, my normal price is this, but I'll let you get it for this. You're probably operating your business off of fear. 2, if some of your best people are leaving you, be it your staff or your clients. I remember when I was going through something personally, right, in my personal life, and it was rolling over into my business. I got really close with one of my clients, and I wasn't showing up the way I should, right? Because now, how many of you have ever struggled before? If you've ever struggled before, put me in the comments, right? It's if you're not mindful, if you're not aware, you operate under a totally different mindset when you are struggling. Because everything that you're doing when you're struggling, when you can barely pay the bills, when there's just a little bit to make ends meet, you operate from a different mindset. So what you focus on the most when you're struggling or when you're in lack, if you're not aware, if you're not careful, you only focus on, whatever you can do to get some money right now, which may look like, I just need a butt in the seat, and although my service is normally $300, I'm just going to do it for $50 because that's how much I need for this bill that I got to pay. Somebody tap the screen. Somebody tap the screen. If you are operating, here's some things that will let you know if you've been operating your business off of fear. And what I want to do today, I want to help you up-level your mindset, regardless of what your situation is. So that may be the case. You may be lacking some customers on today. You may have some lack going on in your life and your situation. But if you shift mentally first, your actions will follow that, and you'll get up out of that hole a lot quicker. Let me say hello to some of the people who are joining. Hey, Angela, is that Miss Granby? How are you? Michelle Harper, Deanna K, Natasha, Shaya, hey girl, hey everybody, thank you so much for joining. Guys, while you're on, if I say something that helps your business or your life, you get an aha moment. I love an interactive broadcast. Put me in the comments, a 1 or something if you agree. Tap the screen for heart, show a little love. And there's a share button on each platform, whether it's Instagram, hey there Dana, how are you? Whether it's Instagram, Periscope, or Facebook, that allows you to share with another entrepreneur. You guys can do that. And for those of you who like to remain connected with me outside of social media, you can always go to renewfullcircle.com. Renewfullcircle.com. There's several ways to connect with me there. Brittany said that's a word, right? So when we are facing lack, if we don't switch our mindset from a place of lack, all of our actions will line up with the fear that's actually operating in our life and our business. So remember, I said some of your best people started to leave you. You're cutting deals with your customers. This is another thing to let you know if you're operating your business in fear. You're building your business based on hope. You're building your business based on hope. I hope I get another client, right? I hope things get better. And I think hope has a unique, intricate space for growing your business. I think it has its place. But when you build your business, you can't build a business on hope. It doesn't build a business, right? You can't hope that you get another client. You have to begin doing things that success leaves clues. Somebody put that in the comment. Success leaves clues. So there are some things that you should be doing that allow your business to grow, other than just hoping that it's going to happen. Y'all don't hear me. I'm dropping some heavy stuff on today. Some of y'all, I don't see anybody tapping the screen or anything, but I know that this is good stuff, right? I know this is good stuff. Yes, success leaves clues. And so if you're building your business simply on hope, you're not doing anything foundationally. And it's normally fear. Like, you're afraid to put different things in place. And it's funny because when we're in lack, although we know whatever it is that we're doing isn't working, for whatever reason, it's something in us that wants to continue just to do those same things that we've been doing. The next thing, if you are operating your business off of fear, you probably never have enough. Lord, I'm going to say that again. If you're operating your business off of fear, you probably never have enough. If you guys on my personal page are commenting, because I see several of you, I can't see the comments, so I'm not ignoring you at all. But if you're operating your business off of fear, you probably never have enough, right? Because there's a mindset that has to shift. I'm going to say this. Yeah, I'm going to say this. Many times we market our business to poor people. Somebody ain't going to like what I said. Now, I don't mean poor as in they don't have any money, but I mean mindset, right? I mean mindset. And so one thing that my mentor told me years and years ago, and it stands true. Hey, Tracy, how are you this morning? It stands true. 918, good morning, how are you? It stands true even in my consulting business today. Even in my time where I'm not a full-time stylist behind the chair, it stands true. She said, your clientele is a reflection of who you are. So when I said a lot of times we're marketing our business to poor people, I mean people who mentally are poor. So if we're thinking poor and we're operating poor, we're going to attract people who cannot afford our services. Do you guys understand that? It's not something we always want to hear, but you got to be realistic and understand that you are in business to profit, right? And so if you're marketing your services to people who can't afford your services, then how do you stay in business? How do you stay in business? Hey, Bridget, how are you, dear? How do you stay in business? And so when I say poor, I mean mentality. I use this analogy all the time, and I think the guy's name is Adam Chu that I got it from, but he said poor is to pass over opportunities regularly. So if we are, walking in fear in our business, then we're attracting people who operate their life in fear as well. And so they may be afraid to spend, y'all don't hear me, they may be afraid to spend the value of what your service really is, so they haggle you because there's something fear-based going on in their life as well. So many of you think that, no, I'm gonna tell you guys this. I did a service when I was full-time behind the chair that was that ranged from $1,200 to $1,800 per person, right? One service, and it was a hair addition service. Do you guys know that it was easier to sell that service than it was to offer my regular sew-in service for like $100, to say, okay, I'm going to put this one on sale for $100. Do you know it's easier to sell that $1,200 to $1,800 service than it was to discount my regular services and sell them for cheap? Y'all don't hear me. And this is one of the reasons why it was easier. Because remember, I said, Your clientele is a reflection of who you are. And most oftentimes it's your level of thinking. Your level of thinking, right? Carla, good morning. Thank you for joining. So the person, the person who is purchasing that $1,200 to $1,800 service, there are some things about that person's thinking. One, they already know what they want. Most people who are spending larger amounts of money have already done their research. They already understand the value in what you provide. Most people who are spending that type of money have researched, really researched you long before they ever contacted you. You guys get that? Long before they ever contacted you. So that means they're not haggling you for your prices and services. They know what it is that they want. They've done their research, and you're probably already the person that they want to do the service. Whereas someone who when you were operating in fear and you really wanted to charge really cheap for your services, the people who are coming to you for that, even though it's cheap, even though it's below the value that you know you should charge, they still want it cheaper. Lord have mercy. You work harder, and then they're normally more demanding. I'm just dropping some real good jewels to you guys. I'll use myself as an example. I put myself under the bus. So when I first came online with my consulting services, I really didn't know my way. I didn't know how much of the principles that I use to run my salon business I could actually use online. It was a new space. I just didn't know. And so several of my services that I offered were cheap, guys. They were cheap. And see, another thing, I had another income and all those other things, mindset. All of it is mindset. And I found it was harder to get people to spend those cheap prices than some of my 1,000 and up courses that I have. And mainly because the mindset of the people who are paying for value and not looking for something cheap is totally different. You got to fight and chase people to pay cheap prices. Lord, I'm going to say that again. You got to fight and then, for whatever reason, they just, because it is so cheap, they don't really respect it. So they may not be on time. They may not show up for their appointments. Guys, when you're operating your business off of fear, you allow all of those things to continuously go on in your business when you're operating your business off of fear. Another way to know whether you're operating your business off of fear is if you spend hours and hours and days and months and months and months finding more information. Brittany says she lost her connection, but she's back. I'm glad, dear. So I said, another way to know if you're operating your business off based on fear is if you spend hours and hours and hours, days and months just looking for new information. You're just trying to get new information. You're researching, you're Googling, you're watching lives. If you're constantly doing that and not implementing, you're probably operating your business off of fear. And where that fear comes from is because you do have all of this information, but it doesn't make sense because there's so much information. So you don't have the confidence to actually begin implementing those things. If you're operating your business off of fear, you're probably constantly searching for new information and not actually implementing the information that you're getting. Because what starts to happen is we start telling ourselves, because we hear it all the time, we start telling ourselves, I know that, I already know that. And whenever we're in a place of knowing, we're not in a place of receiving. So whenever we, brush information off and don't implement it, don't take action and don't move forward, a lot of times we're just not in a place of receiving. So there may be one piece of information because you already, in your mind, you said you already know it. Amanda, good morning. Is that Carla? Hey, girl. In your mind, you already said that you know it, but you're really operating off of fear because all you're doing, I just need one more piece of information. I know I've already heard it, but I just need one more piece of information. So you spend a lot of time gathering information and not implementing. That's how to know if you're operating your business off of fear. Let me see what else I put down. If you find that you're frustrated often with your daily processes, you're probably operating your business off of fear. And so fear does things like keeps us doing a lot of busy stuff that's really not working. And what happens, we become frustrated from, just doing so much stuff that's not benefiting us and that's not bringing in a profit. So if you find that you're really, really frustrated, because one of the things about clarity, which is something I talk about all the time, when you guys have clarity, it changes everything. You'll find that you do less and earn more. You'll find that you do less and earn more because you're clear. You know which direction to head. And so what happens, you actually get your profits quicker, sooner, faster, because you have clarity and direction. But when you don't have clarity, you're normally frustrated with your daily processes and operating your business off of fear. This is the last one that I want to give you guys to let you know, or, just kind of think about, am I operating my business, off of fear? You won't launch your ideas. So you'll have a new idea for a few reasons. One reason may be that you're afraid if you put it out there, someone else is going to copy you. Now, guys, if you're on social media, I can probably go down my hand and name the number of people that I've seen use my intellectual property, repeat the exact same thing, that I said. But if I walked in fear and did not put my information out there, I would miss the people that are supposed to come and do business with me. Do you guys get that? And so when you're operating in fear, there's a fear to even market your business. And a business that doesn't market doesn't grow. So these are ways to see if you're operating your business off of fear. And many times when fear does exist in your business, it's because something is missing that will ordinarily give you the confidence, right? Something in your processes or your understanding or whatever it is that you're doing is missing. I tell my clients, I said, if we're not careful, if you're in a place where you struggled a little bit, or maybe there's a little lack or a little uncertainty as far as your business is concerned, if you're not careful, you'll price your services based on what you can afford. Lord have mercy. Not what the service is worth. You'll price your services and products based on what you can afford and not necessarily what your product or service is worth. Because in your mind, Alicia, hey dear, how are you? In your mind, you're saying, oh man, that's a lot of money, because you're looking at the situation that you're in right now and not the value of the product or the service that you're actually doing. And so you guys want to be careful, and you want to have a wealth mindset, right? That's going to shift you and your business to the level that you want to be, even before you actually get there with the money in the bank and things of that nature. You have to shift mentally, or you will allow fear to run your business. So 2 things: take time to really learn the value of your skill set and your brand. Take some time to really, do your research, really pay attention to the customers and how valuable the ones that you are doing, they feel that you are, right? Mindset is big. It's a huge piece. I'm not going to ever stop talking about it. Ever stop talking about mindset. I will never stop talking about it, because it is the initial shift that you need to make in your business. My clients who sign up for my programs, who are thousands of dollars, are easier. The transaction is just simple, right? As opposed to things that I would have for 97, or it's like a pull and a tug. Because remember, I told you guys earlier, most people who are looking to pay for value, they don't have as many questions because they've done their research. And if you've done a good job positioning yourself and showing your value to the marketplace, those people don't have a question. They just want to sign up. They just want to sit in your chair, get the service. They understand the value. The next thing I want you guys to do, 2 things that's going to help you remove some of the fear. One, I said, take time to really learn your value, right? Know your worth, right? The wrong mindset will keep you from purpose. Oh my gosh, Brittany. Oh my gosh, it really, really will. The second thing, set goals that stretch you. Set goals that stretch you. When I'm working with my clients, I tell them the different levels of goal setting. And most people set goals that they already know that they can do. That's the place that most people set goals. So we may write down a goal that we're going to do, and it's actually something that we've already done before. It may not be occurring for us right now. For instance, if you're operating six figures, right, in your business, you're a six-figure stylist, you know, you're making about $2,000 a week. If you're making about $2,000 a week, you're earning six figures. And, you know, not everybody really realizes that, but that is the case. So say, for instance, you're already a six-figure earner. But, you know, business got a little slow and you dropped down to like 60, whatever happened, right? Normally, the tendency is to set your new goal for that last goal that you had, which was six figures. And it's simply because I already know I can do that if I grind. What I want you guys to do is set the goal a little higher than ones that you've already achieved, right? Because it's going to stretch you. And in order to achieve something at a new level, it's going to require you to display a new version of yourself. And as you grow personally, right, your business is going to grow. I got a post coming up. I don't know, I put it in my scheduled post about managing. So this month's focus for my followers, Travaris, Royette, Dietra, how are you guys, is management. This month's focus is management. And if you learn to manage you, right, if you become a great manager of your time, manager of your money, manager of your mindset, manager of your leadership role, your business will grow. So the biggest thing that we can learn to manage is actually ourselves. When you find yourself, if you heard some of these things that I talked about, and knowing whether or not you're operating your business in fear, if some of them registered, right? Because sometimes we got to do a self-check and say, you know what, I have kind of been downplaying and operating my business out of fear. I need to shift if I want to get to the next level. If you found that you've been operating in some of those, you know, fear tactics in your business, I just simply challenge you to, you know, shift your thinking and really focus on your value and what you bring to the marketplace, and not necessarily what's going on with you right now, right? And so we would never know if Nordstrom's was having a struggle in their Neiman Marcus. We wouldn't know if the owner was going through like some personal struggles, because their prices are just their prices, right? Their marketing strategy is just their marketing strategy. It is what it is. But oftentimes as stylists, because we're so hands-on, it shows up more immediately in our business. Miss Teresa, Tanisha, how are you? So guys, if you guys got something from this morning's broadcast, put me in the comments. If this message, hey darling, spoke to you this morning, if it gave you some things to think about, and maybe you're not operating your business in fear, but for those of you who feel like you may have been doing that, I pray that this blessed you. I pray that this gave you some things to think about so that you can do the mental shift, and then eventually your actions will align with your thinking. So how to know if you've been operating your business off of fear. I'll run through them one more time. You charge cheap, right? You're not charging the value of your services. You never have enough. You never have enough. You're probably operating your business in fear. Awesome. You're building your business on hope. If you find that, you know, you're not really building your business on solid principles or strategies, success strategies, and you're just basically hoping that things get better, it's some fear going on there for whatever reason that's not allowing you either to get the information that you need or implement what needs to be implemented. If you're cutting deals with your customers, if you find yourself like lowballing your prices often, you're probably operating your business in fear. If you're frustrated often with your daily processes, fear is somewhere, because that fear won't allow you to get rid of some of the things that aren't working so that you can simplify your processes and really focus on those things that are going to bring increase and balance or harmony into your business. So if you're frustrated daily with your processes, there's probably some fear going on somewhere. You're not comfortable. I left this one out. You're not comfortable inviting people into your client attraction system. If you're not comfortable marketing your business, if you're not comfortable marketing your business and your services, which is how you grow your business through awareness, which is what marketing is. It's making people aware of the value of your prices and services. If you're not marketing your business, there's probably some fear somewhere. Fear that you're not going to be able to serve them properly. You're not going to do a good job, whatever it is. And the way to become confident and to get over that fear is to get information that's going to make you feel confident, whether that means to continue to practice that thing that you're already good at or that you want to specialize in over and over and over again until it's like second nature for you to talk about your business. I hear a lot of times with stylists, you know, when I talk about having a conversation and telling people about your business, many of them say, you know, I never, you know, talk about my business to people. Maybe if people come up to me, right, then and ask me a question, maybe are you a stylist, or, you know, I like your hair or something like that, I may have the conversation then. But to just initiate a conversation about my business, oh, I never do that. Man, if you have an amazing business, if you have an amazing skill set, and you know that people is how you grow your business, why wouldn't you market it, right? There's some fear somewhere. So gain the level of confidence, you know, just really become confident in your skill set and your brand. And some of you do an amazing job and you just aren't aware of it. So it makes it difficult for you to market or talk about your prices, your services, or even feel that people will pay you what you feel that you're valued at. And so if you struggle inviting people into your client attraction system, which is how they become aware of you, how they either join your email list, eventually come and be a butt in seat, right? If you're uncomfortable with those processes, then there's probably some fear going on, and it's running your business. It's keeping you from marketing. It's keeping you from having the conversations with people about your business. I do that sometimes. I'm constantly reminding myself to initiate. Yes, initiate constantly, right? So that you can earn money in your business daily, right? Or you can earn the income that you need to be comfortable, and not where, you know, you have just enough or not enough. And some of you are just simply, you have just enough and you've gotten really, really comfortable there because fear is running your business and saying, well, I do want more in my business, but I know it's going to require me to do more, right? It's going to require me to do more. I'm going to have to show up differently in order to go to the next level in my business. Oftentimes, that's fear. So I said, set goals that stretch you. I challenge each and every one of you to set a goal that stretches you beyond what you normally do, whether it's how you come on to market your services, whether it's having conversations with people in public about your business, whether it's going live on social media. It could even be your level of investment. You know, sometimes when I invest, guys, you know, I got to gather myself, right? When I'm looking to go to the next level, it's normally a stretch in my investment because it's not a level of investing that I've done before. And so I challenge you guys to find something, you know, that is outside of your comfort zone and set a goal there that's going to actually stretch you. And that's going to shift and change your business drastically, right? Drastically. And so, guys, that's my take on today. For those of you who like to connect with me anytime outside of Facebook, you can always go to renewfullcircle.com, renewfullcircle.com. And we're ending for real this time, guys. I actually have a consultation after our broadcast. So you guys have a super, super amazing day. I appreciate you. I speak blessings over your business. I pray that your mindset is up-leveled and increased so that you can actually profit in your business. And if there's any fear that was operating in your business, I pray that you're able to take this information and shift it, because really shifting is immediate. Changing your business is simply an immediate decision to do it different. It's not like 5 years from now. And that's another way to know if you're operating in fear. If you keep saying, I'm going to do that next year, I'm going to do that in 2020, whatever. What's wrong with now? What's wrong with getting the ball rolling now? Are you operating off of fear? You guys have a super, super amazing day. I appreciate you guys. Peace.